Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday live stream market update. Inflation and the DeFi moon. Is the dollar decline next? So for Monday live stream, we're going to give you a little bit of something new, maybe a little bit of hard-hitting stuff about geopolitics and the dollar, because man, is it going to affect crypto. Now, let's start with this. Fiat currencies can move based on political developments, right? Like the dollar can be thumbs up for America or thumbs down for America. Now, this tweet is essentially from a very famous professor at Princeton who is telling us that, the current president was billed as compassionate, caring, and wise. And if you happen to be a woman or a child on the street of Kabul, Afghanistan, you might beg to differ. So this is the worst American imagery that I've seen since I waited in gas lines in the 70s when the Arabs cut off oil to the US. Literally the worst. Now, the second worst is Fed follies. So there was a perfectly good crypto rally going on earlier today, which was shut off because the Fed thinks they're going to taper in 2022. That means they're going to be printing less money. Wow. Apparently, they have not heard about hospital bed availability in states like Texas and Florida. In Texas, the National Guard was mobilized to put up tent hospitals. And I have a very good friend who works in the emergency room of a freestanding ER. And the stories coming from her are astounding. To protect herself from these variants, she wears a military respirator, not a mask. So without giving you COVID porn, I will tell you this. The Federal Reserve will be printing more by Christmas than they've ever printed before. Now, let's talk about the dollar. Notice there was no bounce in the dollar today off the Fed news. And if anything, the dollar, based on what's going on with foreign policy, fiscal policy, and monetary policy, you got a triple top in the dollar index near 93. And I actually think that if there was ever a time where the dollar could tank, it could be on the 20th anniversary of September 11th, when the Taliban is doing what it does best, which is scare and hurt people on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. That literally could potentially be the end of the dollar. And since you're listening to this on a red day in crypto, today could be a very unique opportunity. Now, let's take also a look at 10-year yields. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of legacy, but bear with me. So the Fed says they're going to print less money and interest rates go down. Wait a minute. I thought if the Fed printed less money, the economy was great and interest rates should go up. That's what it says in the economics book right here. No. Okay. It's the opposite. If the Fed stops supporting the economy cracks. So whatever they're telling you in press conferences, whatever theater they're giving you about what's going on with the United States, frankly, don't believe it. Now, gold. Looking at gold on a weekly chart, right? We got to look at gold every once in a while because, let's face it, they talk about Bitcoin and crypto as digital gold. And there is a big, fat, green hammer candlestick right on gold weekly, right on a handle of a huge teacup and handle formation for gold, which could lead to much, much higher gold prices, which is normally accompanied by a much, much lower dollar. So I've got political follies, monetary follies, a good dollar chart, a good gold chart, and all of this at the end of the day is great for crypto. Now, I don't care what goes up. It could be Bitcoin. It could be alts. Here's the case for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is breaking out of a Fibonacci circle formation. Frequently, when it's done this in the past, Bitcoin has been able to rally, sometimes rally a lot. I would not be shocked to see the type of price action that we've seen today or recently in Solana. Okay. You know, audio is probably an extreme example, up 60%, but I wouldn't doubt we see a day where there's a 25% up move in Bitcoin between now and the end of the month. Now, let's segue to inflation. Walmart today came out looking for a crypto person in their employment ads. And it's a good time for me to show you what's really going on with inflation. Is this an altcoin? No, it's the price of sugar that goes from 8 to 20 over the course of a year. Wheat, okay, new highs. Commodity Research Bureau Commodity Index, basically your dad's commodity index, okay, sitting up at its highs, not backing off of a big resistance point from 2015. Commodities break out from here. If it breaks this big resistance point that goes back 6 years, okay, the dollar is done. And that is the true crypto dawn. Now, another new Monday feature, we're going to try to get more tactical, more short term. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit more risk. All right, we're going to try to call it near term. All right, so let's get into it. So Ethereum, I'm looking at 3241 as a pivot. So if ETH is above 3241, I say go with it from this point on. If Ethereum is below 3241, I say wait. Now, if there's a big enough of a dip, like say to 3K, obviously you want to be grabbing that. But if we're just in this listless sideways sort of range, believe it or not, from here on out, I actually either want to buy a sharp dip or a quiet breakout. Okay? Because whatever they're doing today has no basis in reality, right? If anything, what's going on today with the washout is they may be washing out retail so that they can just vacuum all this crypto out of the system. Okay, Bitcoin, something similar, right? If you saw 45K, it would be a great buy. Honestly, I doubt you're going to see it. And I know this is crazy, but frankly, I think you can buy Bitcoin on any red day, right? Because if the dollar's going down, right, and if proof of work currencies are more resilient to this latest regulatory circus, I like Bitcoin. All right, now, altcoins, right? The reason you're here. Multicoin Capital recently released a report where it highlighted the DeFi coins that they like because they're anchored overseas. SushiSwap, okay, which we've been pounding on the Sunday live stream and on Token Metrics TV, no one wanted it at 6. No one wanted it at 8. And no one wanted it at 10. Now it's at 13, and it's only got a $2 billion market cap. I don't see any reason why sushi can't move from 12 to 20 or possibly even to 32 if NFT summer moves to DeFi summer. In other words, this is like win-win if you're a portfolio holder of crypto, right? Either Bitcoin's going to gap to 90K or sushi and DeFi are going to go from 13 to 32. Either way, if you've got a diversified portfolio in the next, say, I don't know, 20 days, you're going to be a winner in crypto. Aave, breaking out and then coming down and testing support near 429. No reason why this can't go back to 700 if 430 acts as support. Okay, Perp, another one of Multicoin's holdings. The big question is, will Perp survive the token issuance of competing exchange DYDX? Here's a prediction. DYDX is going to come out to a lot of fanfare. People are going to probably buy the token because it's probably going to be undervalued when it comes out. DYDX will probably moon. And then when everybody is done with DYDX, when the excitement, one way or the other, right, comes out overvalued, goes down, comes out undervalued, moons. When the trade is done and either the easy money's been made or people get hosed, people are going to come back and realize oh, I should be long perp. DYDX was fun and they got a great product, but perp is where it's at. Okay. So I think perp is, say, 2 weeks away from trend resumption. Now, I've had to sort of pare back what my upside targets are because I was talking things like 45 or even 100. But I think 20, 25 is reasonable, especially if the DeFi moon kicks in. Now, of course, audio, right? I don't know if anyone out there remembers this. I didn't even remember it, but I've been messing around with GAN numbers and I noticed that August 15th was 168 bars from the bottom in March of last year. And that GAN number, I had said about Audius, hey, watch out for August 15th because it's rallying into a big GAN point. And lo and behold, it's up 60%. That's why I calculate these GAN points. And here's the kicker. My little GAN trend line, you know, my little sort of homemade version of what Forrest does, all right? Audius hasn't even gotten back to where it would be considered sort of fair value in GAN terms. Fair value is probably more like 3.25. So I'm not advocating FOMOing into something that's up 70 cents, or I'm sorry, 70% on the day. But the answer to the question, can this go higher, is yes. Because check this out, folks. This has been a trend that's been happening recently. First, it was Cardano that just took off. It got to its fair value trend line and went way above it. Solana was at its fair value line at 40, and then it exploded. What happens if this gets to its fair value line and goes and takes out and moves to like $5? Because if this is what we've always been telling people it is, right? If this is music on the blockchain and it's been discovered, okay, and it's not something that regulators can get all upset about, it's decentralized content, then how big can this rally be? If Cardano can be number 3 market cap, I can only imagine what they could do with this. Finally, Luna. Okay, now, again, at 20 is great. At 4, no one wanted it. Now it's back to 20. Okay, it's back to its GAN fair value line. And honestly, if 21 acts as support, this thing may be able to go to 34. After what Solana did, I am not going to get in the way of any of these altcoins that are doing what I call like self-mooning. They don't require the market to go up. They're just moving on their own story. So, crypto family, welcome to the Monday live stream. Stay with Token Metrics. I just got off a Zoom call with the head of technology at Token Metrics. And he showed me what's next for tokenmetrics.com. The new grades, the portfolios, the ability to see things really, really quickly. The Axie Infinities, the Solanas of the world at your fingertips. Stay with us and head over to tokenmetrics.com and check us out. We'll be here for you on YouTube, but the big money, the money that you can make in crypto, tokenmetrics.com.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.